Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. Welcome to this week's episode of Friday Sews, where I have two finishes to talk about, a very nice pair of pants that are in the plans, and new purchases. All right, well, I did finish two things since my last Friday Sews, but I can only show you one. And I'm going to have to show you in pictures because I don't have it with me at the minute. But I finished the Avenir jumpsuit that I was supposed to wear for Frock Tales. You probably know the whole story. The fabric, I didn't have enough fabric. I had to order extra. The extra didn't get here on time. Anyways, but I had my Avenir, or at least half of it, all cut out. So I had no choice but to make it with the fabric that came in. And I finally finished it after my Friday Sews live last week. I love it. I love it. And I got such an amazing reaction to it on Instagram. It looks as though a lot of you also love it. So I'm very, very happy. And yeah, with that, my Christmas outfit is done and done. So that's amazing. And the second thing I finished was my Think Pink box make. So I got the box late in October. I want to say maybe the 29th or 30th. So I recorded the unboxing part of the video and I was so excited about the fabric. I basically serged the edges, threw it in the wash. I knew exactly what I was going to make with it, printed that pattern off, and off I went. And I got it all done and finished early this week, actually. So I even wore it to work yesterday. So very, very successful project. I'm in love with it and cannot wait for you to see the video. It is right now with Meriam for editing and will come out on the channel on Tuesday. So two super successful makes this week. All right, so what have I been working on this week then, if I finished those two projects really early in the week? I've been working on my Meriam Trousers by Cashmerette. It's not a new pattern of theirs. It came out at least 2 years ago, I want to say. But it's your classic pair of trousers, straight leg, zipper, button, welt pockets in the back. Yeah, and I'm dying to make them. So I've been working on those this week. I've got my muslin all cut out and partly sewn. So I've got my pocket put in. So there's a pocket. And what I like to do when I'm using muslin, like actual muslin fabric, is mark the grain line on there, so that I know once the muslin is put together, if there's any twisting or any dragging, that's putting my pants off grain, basically. Also, I'm using very dark thread so that if I want to unpick and reduce the seam allowance or make the seam allowance bigger, I can do that easier than having matching thread. Yeah, so I'm happy how these are coming along. I had plans, I swear, when I get sidetracked. So I know that on most pants pattern or trouser patterns, I have to do a low seat adjustment. And what a low seat adjustment means is you're basically just, no, that's the front. Okay, well, I don't have it with me, but you just take out a little bit of the pattern at the seat where your bum would sit, basically, in the trousers, to give yourself a little bit more room, because your butt is lower than what the pattern was drafted for. So you end up with a bit of an uncomfortable wedgie if you don't do that. So I did my 1/4 inch scoop to give my bum more room. I also wanted to do a crotch extension to give my crotch length more room at the bottom. If, like, I'm thicker than I'm wide, I guess. Anyways, there's a name for that adjustment. I can't remember what it is. And I also wanted to reduce the front rise by at least 1 inch because I usually have to do that. But after doing the scoop thing, I got distracted. I don't know if maybe I went to bed. And then the next day when I came down here to cut my muslin, in my head, I had done all the pattern adjustments I needed. So I just went ahead and cut the muslin. But no, I forgot to add length to the extension in the back, and I did not reduce the front by 1 inch like I wanted. So chances are this muslin is not going to fit me. But the good news is the front rise adjustment I can do right on the muslin. I could just pinch out the fabric, pin it, and put it on and see if it works. I can't do much about the extension in the back though, but anyways. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I am filming the process for all of you. Well, I'm not filming the making of the muslin. That would be boring, but I will film the fitting of the muslin and then the end result once the pants are all made, and I will give you a pattern review all at the same time. Now, I don't know why, but when I bought this pattern and when I decided I was going to make it with this beautiful, beautiful wool that I got from Core Fabrics, I thought the Meriam trousers were lined. They are not lined. I double checked the pattern. They're not lined. So, but I bought lining because I was 100% sure they were lined trousers. So now I have a decision to make. Well, I had a decision to make because I made my decision. Either I could learn how to line pants that are not lined, which, you know, doable. I could go on YouTube and how to line a pair of trousers. Should be, you know, feasible. Or I could simply interline my wool with the Bemberg lining. Interlining means basically I cut the pants out of the lining, but then attach the lining to the wool before I start building the trousers. So basically both fabrics are sewn together and acting as one piece of fabric when you're constructing the garment. Now the whole reason why I wanted to line these trousers is because this wool is not super thick, like it's not weighty, and I was afraid I'd be cold in the winter. Also, it's not super soft, this wool, and I didn't want it to be scratchy. But by interlining with the Bemberg, I avoid the scratchiness, and it's going to make my wool even feel sturdier because it's going to be right up against it instead of just lining the pants. Hope that makes sense. Anywho, so I'm going to interline my pants. I'm not going to line it. The added bonus to doing it that way is I won't have to hand stitch the lining to the zipper, and then every time you do up your pants, you have to be careful not to catch the zipper. And yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about any of that stuff. So hopefully in my head, it's going to work. It's going to be fine. But if for whatever reason you think I might reconsider or should reconsider, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know if you have more experience with this type of thing and you have some wise advice for me. Let me know in the comments. And those are my only plans for this week, because with all of the fitting I'm sure I'm going to have to do, and then cutting out the pattern basically twice, once in my wool, once in the lining, and then yeah, I think it's going to take me all week to sew up these trousers. But I'm hoping I'm going to be able to wear them to work next week because the weather has definitely turned. We had a couple of weeks here after I got back from Charlotte. We had a couple of weeks where the weather was really mild. It was nice. Halloween, it was 25 degrees Celsius here. But now that's over. It was, I think it went down to 10 today, and it's going to be lower than that even for the next week and or so. So yeah, some nice wool pants for work would be amazing. All right. So those are my plans for the next week. Now, if you watched my November plans video that came out on the channel on Tuesday, you know that I'm planning to make Marianne a loungewear set for the month of November. But a fabric I showed you was a stretch velvet in a gray, beautiful gray. But it was basically the same idea. I hadn't gotten the real color of the the real fabric for her make just yet. Well, it got here this week. So, oh my goodness. This is the gorgeous velvet, stretch velvet that I'm going to use for her set. Look how gorgeous this is. She is going to love this so much. So I have four meters of this, so more than enough to make her what I plan to make her. So a sweatshirt basically and a pair of joggers. And yeah, I'm gonna throw this in the wash probably this weekend because that's gonna be next on my to-do after the Meriam trousers are done. And if you're keeping count and you did watch my November plans video, number 1 is already made, my Think Pink box. Number 2 is in progress, my pants. And then numbers 3 and 4 are that loungewear set. So I'm doing well with my plans in November. While I was shopping for Marianne's velvet, another fabric caught my eye. So I ended up getting myself a piece of fabric. A gorgeous sweater knit in like this burgundy or plum color. It's so soft. It's amazing. It's a very, like, it's not heavy knit. It's a pretty flimsy knit or sweater knit. It's rayon, cotton, modal, and spandex mix. And I've got 2 meters of this. So I'm going to make myself some kind of sweater with this. Not sure which one yet. I really want to make myself a new Tobin sweater by Cashmerette, and this would be kind of nice for that. But yeah, I have a bunch of sweater patterns that I could use. So this is going to be definitely a sweater for work because this fabric is amazing. So those were my purchases. My gosh, I ordered these like a while ago. Blackbird Fabrics. It's so funny because my Think Pink box that comes to me from England gets delivered in 3 days. And when I order fabric from Blackbird Fabrics that are in Canada, mind you, they're at the other end of Canada, it takes 10 days to get here. I don't, anyways. So, yeah. So this came in this week. I was very happy. Now, about Marianne and my plans for her. After we put the video up for my November plans and I announced to all of you that I would be making her a loungewear set for November, she said, my company Christmas party this year is in the middle of December and the theme is the 1920s. Can you make me a dress? So I said to her, I said, you do realize what the style is, right? For the dresses of the 19, like the flapper kind of dress. I said, I don't know, like, I don't know if that's a style that you would want to wear again. Like if I make you a dress in that style with no waist definition, with very like shimmery, shiny fabric that goes all the way to your, like below your calf basically, are you ever going to wear that again? So we're debating now whether she should just buy something inexpensive on Amazon to wear on the night, or if I'm really going to make her something. I mean, I did the research. There are patterns out there. I could find fabric. I could even buy some really fun trims like fringe and all that fun stuff, I could make her a 1920s dress. But that would cost me money, a lot of money probably, and a lot of time. And if she's only going to wear it for that one night, not really worth it. Anywho, she is thinking about it. Another thing this week that I got very, very tempted by, so I did buy that fabric a couple weeks ago, but today Starlark sent an email out with their new pattern, and they came out with the new Kira top, which is like a crossover knit top with balloon sleeves. It is gorgeous. So I'm going to wait for the weekend because I don't spend money during the week, but this weekend I will be buying that pattern and hopefully make it from that gray velvet I showed you in my plans video. So I think it's going to be amazing, and that will leave me with quite the remnant of that gray velvet, so I could use that to make myself some lounge pants or maybe like a hoodie or something like that. But that gray velvet Kira top by Starlark would make a beautiful office top, I think. I might have to lengthen it a bit because based on the pictures and the illustrations, it looks like it's pretty cropped. But yeah, I love that style. Love, love, love that style. All right, and I think as far as sewing, that's it. Now life, well, things have been busy as usual, both at work and at home. I told you during last Friday Sews that my hubby was painting the living room, so he painted the living room. It's all done. He then moved on to painting our bedroom. That is now done. I love the color that, yeah, it's a nice soft gray now in both rooms. Very, very nice, clean, modern, love it. But that created some work. You know, we need to move furniture around and cover things, and while you've got all the furniture in the middle of the room, you polish a few things, you get rid of a few dust bunnies, that kind of thing. But now he's moved on to the kitchen, and he's being very ambitious with the kitchen because he's basically emptying all the cupboards. He is going to paint the inside, sand some extra coats of paints that we had put on those, throughout the years. Anyways, it's creating quite the mess. But also, it's making me want to declutter and get rid of things we don't use, get rid of things that we're holding on to for who knows why. So, yeah, it's just creating a little bit of extra work when I get home from work. But, yeah, it's good. I'll be happy when every room has been repainted. He's supposed to also repaint my office/dining room upstairs, but because I work from home 2 days a week, that's kind of difficult. So that's going to probably wait until Christmas, but when I'm off for Christmas, I mean. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about all the work he's doing. So yeah, so that's been keeping me busy because otherwise not much has been going on in my personal life. All right, so that's going to do it for me this week. I hope you've had a fabulous week. I hope you have a great, great weekend. Let me know if you've got some exciting plans. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching today. Please give the video a like on your way out if you liked it, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.